On April 28th, one day before I was leaving Japan, and we thought things would finally come to a halt and things would start to calm down. Then Vshojo hit us with this announcement. Dear community members, we want to share that after careful thought and consideration, we've made the difficult decision to formally part ways with Matara on May 5th, 2025. We're genuinely grateful for everything she's brought to Vshojo and wish her the best moving forward. Goodbyes are never easy, and we understand many of you deeply care about Matara as we do. The best way to support us both right now is with kindness, understanding, and respect for everyone's feelings and privacy during this transition. We're committed to our incredible talent community and the values we share. Thank you all for your empathy and continued support. And then Matara herself made this post saying, Vshojo made the decision to part ways with me on March 6th, effective May 5th. I thank the girls plus Kuro for the great times we had together and the wonderful moments we shared in the last 18 months. I wish the remaining talents in Vshojo the best of luck in their activities. I love them very much and I will carry on being their bug auntie. I will continue streaming as Matara-can because I am Matara-can, and I hope the Momos can still cheer me on, even if I won't be Matara-can of Vshojo. And there's all the Vshojo girls wishing her the best here, wishing you the best on your new journey, the most resilient roach woman. You don't need Vshojo, you've always been a star. You will always be someone who everyone loves and who is absolutely fucking amazing. I will continue to drag you into collabs and will always be your friend. And then there was this post from her Discord server. Hello my sweet momos, as you have seen on Twitter, Vshojo and I are set to part ways in 1 week. I thank the girls plus Kuro for the amazing times together, and I wish for us to use this week as a positive memory week where I will be hosting tons of collabs with Vshojo members. And then she lists a collab list. I know this might come off as a shock to many of you, and I want to make it very clear that I will not be tolerating speculation, drama, or negativity of any kind. On top of this, I will not be providing any more information than what is currently being provided on Twitter due to confidentiality. I'm sorry. I know it sucks to not know everything, but this is how it goes, my loves. During this week, I ask that you please be on your best behavior. Please be as sweet and as kind to them as you would to me. Same to any staff member of Vshojo. After this week, I will be adding Vshojo's staff names to the auto mod to prevent discussion and speculations about them, since they are not public figures and should not be discussed in the server anymore. That being said, I encourage you all to continue talking about my Vshojo friends and talents with whom I have shared many moments in the last 18 months, and will continue sharing many moments with. I have had the most incredible moments with you, my sweet momos, and I will carry on doing so despite no longer being a member of Vshojo. As for the girls, I will continue being the bug auntie as well, Vshojo or not. After this week of collabs, I'm planning on tackling my subathon goals as well as playing CK3 new DLC, finishing Subnautica, and continuing a lot of our solo stuff. That being said, you know me, I'll get stolen for some collabs, I'll steal some folks for collabs. What I'm trying to say is you are still my community and I'm still your bug leader, and I look forward to all the great times we will have together in the future, my sweet loves. And then let's look at some clips explaining the situation.
This just got posted. Actually, I haven't read the thing, so this is my first time reading it properly. But let's see. The community knows we want to share. After careful thought and consideration, we've made the difficult decision to formally. But I will say, regardless of this, there is not going to be any like, oh, we can't talk or anything like that. There's no excommunication. I'll explain. Like, I'm not gonna stop being friends with Matara or anything. It just is what you're seeing here, right? I mean,
I'll add that I kind of like the Vshojo model where they don't have like graduations. It's just like a normal company where it's like when you get fired, fired kind of carries like a negative connotation, but it's like when you leave the company, you just leave the company. Like it shouldn't be a big deal. I don't know if I'm expressing myself, but yeah, I think I like that.
I am not no liberty to say anything. I don't want to say anything, but I know people would ask me.
Yeah, they just aren't working together anymore.
Right. So all I'll say is you should just listen to whatever Matara wants to say or whatever Vshojo wants to say. Because obviously it's not my business. It's not my shit, right? However, everyone has known about this for like the past month in Vshojo, right? Like, it's not like a surprise thing. Like, we've known about this. You know what I mean? You have a collab with it? Yes.
Yeah, it's in another... Maybe we should start with the Matara clip explaining the situation, but this one's in a chronological order. But she explains why, and I think it's got to do with merch.
Yes, we're going to be doing that collab. I think she wanted to do a bunch of stuff just as, like, official Vshojo before she leaves. I think she's going to do quite a few collabs. Not just me. Like, there's gonna be quite a few. Because she wants to do, like, as many as Vshojo before she leaves it. That's that. I mean, she's not going anywhere.
I mean, she said the wording is like Vshojo made the decision to part ways with me. Like, they parted way with me, which is why I use the word fired. I don't know if this is the right word for this. I need to watch Matara's explanation.
I don't think it's that bad, because
but I think I remember that Vshojo had a lot of merch problems, and because of Bricky and Matara, I think she brought him in to handle a lot of their merch, and they grew a lot with that. And probably what I'm assuming what happened is that when the contract renegotiation happened, the numbers didn't work, or they weren't able to come to a compromise with all of that involved. That's my rat. Haven't watched the video yet. We're gonna get to that, but I guess that's going to be my my speculation, just to make this like a sort of a game before we watch the clip.
She's not leaving her model, right? You're still gonna have the model. She's not leaving her personality. She's still got that. She's not leaving Twitch. She's still got that. She's all the same, it's just she's not gonna have the Vshojo.
Yeah, and Vshojo only gets their money from merchant sponsorship, so, however, so that might have a large play in that.
That's all. Oh yeah, let's see what Marta tweeted. Said, Vshojo made the decision to part ways with me on March 6th, effective May 5th. I thank the girls plus Kuro. That part made me laugh a little bit. The plus Kuro. Wait, let me put it on the screen. I thank the girls plus Kuro in brackets for the great times we had together and the wonderful moments we shared in the last 18 months. I wish the remaining talent in Vshojo the best of luck in their activities, and I love them very much, and I will carry on. Leave a company. Usually you have nothing. Model. You don't have your brand. You don't have your old channels.
Yeah, but what I want to know is that did Matara pay for her model, or did Vshojo pay for her model? Because if Vshojo paid for the model and then she gets to leave with it, it's like, damn! The Vshojo model is kind of crazy. If you get a full, if you get like a 10K model and then you can leave after a year or a year and a half.
Anything. She has...
I have a feeling that they must pay for their own models because of the way the company's built, but I don't know about those details. I just know that they get to keep their IPs because that's always been the case with Vshojo. They're like function on adopts.
Everything still. The only difference is she's not in Vshojo now. Yeah, I would say it's not a graduation. It's a leaving a company. Don't worry, guys. You guys, she's still gonna stream. She's not going anywhere. She's not dead. Yes, she's gonna not be in Vshojo, but she's gonna be streaming as Matara, exactly. But like,
yeah, I'm sure Vshojo didn't lose any money on Meta. She kind of farmed. She was one of the top streamers for a while, especially around the subathon.
I knew people would question me. That's why I want to just say what I can say right now and get it out. But like, it's not up to me to say. I don't think it's any of my business to say anything more than what I just said. You know what I mean? Like, that's between Matara and Vshojo, right? That's not my shit. I don't want to be the shit stuff.
Oh, she did mention that a lot of things like her debut and models were paid out of pocket, but Vshojo helped with setting up connections. Oh, thank you, Celtic.
Or like, say random shit that can be misinterpreted, and then people take like sides that from something that doesn't even exist or does exist or whatever. I don't want to be that reason, you know what I mean? Maybe like 2 years ago when I was a shit stirrer, okay? But nowadays, I just want to be left out of this shit, bro. I don't want to be the shit stirrer, okay? I'm chilling, all right? But I will say, I hope you guys actually still do support Matara. I hope people don't stop watching her because she's not branded anymore. I think that's kind of weird. So I hope people don't just stop watching because of that. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of odd. Just because you lose the branding doesn't mean you've... Like, the Vshojo branding, she still has her own branding. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's kind of weird if you do that. But, yeah. Pretty sure 99% of people won't notice. I mean, there's...
Okay. I don't know if, Michi's post. Hey, so for those not in the loop, Vshojo announced that Matara is not going to be affiliated. I will be addressing this all a bit more casual and lighthearted because I think this is how I usually talk, and I feel more comfortable typing it out. Not very good with words, so I apologize beforehand. She'll keep her IP, her brand will be her own. As a talent, can we still talk and collab with her? Yes, of course. So what changes? She's just not gonna be Matara Kan of Vshojo, but just Matara Kan, the most resilient and coolest and hottest bug VTuber ever, real and true. Not word for word, but you get the gist. Aside from that, nothing really. Everything will be the same, nothing else changes here, at least to my current knowledge. What happened? Honestly, it's not my place to speak about this, and I like to respect every party for this question, so I hope you understand. With that being said, it's gonna be alright. I may not be good with words, so I'm sorry if this sounds weirdly typed out. I know some of you want to know more, but I can be a little selfish here. Please don't bring this up on our streams. I see this as simply not my story to tell, so I don't want to cross anyone's boundaries, so I won't be able to talk about this too much. Hope you can understand. Please respect Matara and everyone's boundaries, keep it civil and polite, and take care of yourselves, okay? I also said this on stream, but if it's alright, please don't bring up drama or anything during streams too. I know everything can be quite overwhelming right now, and that's valid. Being a VTuber watcher in 2025 goes hard, and because of this exact reason, I want this to be a place you can go to distract yourself from everything, relax, and just chill for a while away from all of this. And honestly, I'm sure a lot of people have more to say about this anyway, so let's hang out and chill instead together. And honestly, I'm starting to feel a little overwhelmed with everything myself too. So much has happened in a short time span, and it feels very hectic. I don't know the right word, but I'm sure you guys get it. So I'm on the same boat as you guys right now. Reminder though, it's completely okay to feel tired, sad, numb, overwhelmed. But do remember to take care of yourselves too by the end of the day, and I know you will always have a place to turn to wherever you're feeling up for it, and you're not alone. Big love and thank you for being you. And Michi's so sweet. Okay, in this clip, Matara addresses her leaving Vshojo. Oi, you! Yeah, you! Hi! If you're not subscribed to my second channel, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So take a moment, press the like button, press the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell on. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now let's get back into the video.
This is most likely the only time I'm going to address these kinds of things. I want to be very clear that I am okay. All right. I want to be very clear. This is not a pity party. I'm sorry that I'm sounding a little bit monotone. It's because I just woke up. Honestly, I'm just nervous because I don't want to say anything that's going to be taken out of context and then maybe considered, bad faith. And then it just adds a little bit of trouble. So for anybody that is not aware, Vshojo and I have parted ways. So before we begin, when transitions like this happen, both parties have to be in agreement for what is said, and it was very important to me that my message was the way that it is. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I believe that there's always, you can't really hide the truth in things like that. So things are always going to kind of come out, which is why I'm all right with my messaging, saying that Vshojo parted ways with me. I don't feel ashamed for what happened. I don't believe I did anything wrong. It just happens, it's stuff that happens, and it feels really, really weird to use this line, but it is business at the end of the day, correct? Vshojo has tweeted, "Dear community members, we want to share that after careful thought and consideration, we made the difficult decision to formally part ways with Matara on May 5th, 2025. We're genuinely grateful for everything she's brought to Vshojo and wish her the very best moving forward. Goodbyes are never easy, and we understand many of you deeply care about Matara as we do. The best way to support us both right now is with kindness, understanding, and respect for everyone's feelings and privacy during this transition. We're committed to our incredible talent, community, and the values we share. Thank you all for your empathy and continued support." This is from Vshojo, and it is a very kind message. It is filled with a lot of love. It is filled with a lot of kindness, and I really appreciate them writing something so nice that I approved ahead of time. And then for me, I wrote, "Vshojo made the decision to part ways with me on March 6th, effective May 5th. I thank the girls plus Kuro for the great times we had together and the wonderful moments we shared in the last about 18 months. I didn't do the exact calculation, but I wish the remaining talent in Vshojo the best of luck in their activities. I love them very much, and I will carry on being their bug auntie. I will continue streaming as Matara Khan because I am Matara Khan, and I hope the Momos can still cheer me on, even if I won't be Matara Khan in Vshojo." Yeah, so very quickly, I get to keep my IP. I get to stay at Matara Khan because I am Matara Khan, and I will continue being Matara Khan. I had an artist reach out to me earlier today to ask if a commission that I commissioned through them is still continuing. It is, because I pay my commissions out of pocket, and those are all from my ideas and from my brand. And
oh, so she did say that she paid it from pocket.
All the projects I've been working on, all
okay.
the commissions I've commissioned.
That clears up my question.
With all the artists I do, everything like that, I continue to work with them, right? I pay them and I continue to work with them and I continue to do stuff. So yeah, so the only thing that I am going to say is whenever it comes to things like this, usually both parties have to agree to their messaging. And my only takeaway is that I am very comfortable with the messaging to say that I've been let go. Because as I said, I don't really believe in hiding it. I think trying to hide something like this in the future will just make things look weird and just make people speculate, be like, ooh, you know, it says that it was one thing, but ooh, she got da 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 da. It's not as serious as people think it is. But like I said, I think it's very important in the industry. I think the industry is very small. I think people know a lot more people than we realize. I think people talk to a lot more people than we realize. So I'm very, very all right with that, even though I am aware that people might be like, oh, Matara must have killed a man. Matara must have been saying awful things. You know, it's one of those things where if you already know me and you know my character, you'll have one idea. If you don't know me, you'll have another idea. Yeah, Matara ate too many husbands and she got let go. I'm very comfortable with that. Since somebody is mentioning Michi's tarot stream, I mentioned before that the Wheel of Fortune is my favorite card. And the reason the Wheel of Fortune is my favorite card, I've talked about it before, is it's kind of just karma. It's the Wheel of Fate. And I'm very cool with when will you learn that your actions have consequences? I am very all right with the consequences here. Like I said, it is. That's why, you know, somebody was like, I saw earlier, somebody asked if I'm sad. Yeah, it is what it is, but these things happen and change happens. But I'd like to focus on the amazing week that we're going to have the other Vshojo members and together. And after May 5th,
I'm curious about the consequence part.
Continue streaming and I will continue being Matara Khan. I just simply won't be Matara Khan Vshojo. When it comes to collabing with other talent, my relationship with Vshojo, the entity, right, has nothing to do with my relationship with Vshojo, the girls. And when I say the girls, I, as always, mean the girls in Kudo. My relationship with Vshojo, the entity, has nothing to do with my relationship with Vshojo, the talent. Yes, I will still stream with the talent.
Yeah, maybe it's a contractual thing or just such like, yeah, I get that she was let go, but why?
And I will still
I guess we're not gonna get that answer.
Now, obviously, I want to address it now just because I want y'all to be mindful, right? Sometimes I collab with other Vshojo talent a lot. Sometimes I collab with Vshojo talent a little bit less. That's very normal in a regular month, in a regular week. But of course, there might be, you know, people being like, oh, it's been exactly 14 days, 3 hours, and 5 minutes since she collabed with Giga. Does she hate Giga? If that happens, please just ignore it. It's not that serious. There's people that I love very much, but I don't collab with very often. There's people that I collab with all the time because our stream schedules align a little bit better. It is what it is. There is going to be definitely, like, I'm not going to go out of my way to collab with members less or more just because I'm now a part of Vshojo or I'm not. I'm still a collab organizer and I'm still somebody that gets stuff done. So I'll continue getting stuff done. That's not really going to change it. Giga sent me her Discord message and so did Haru, but I don't know what the other talent have posted, but pretty much what both they said. A lot of us just kind of copied Giga's homework. I love you, Giga. The talent get to make their own decisions.
I feel like Giga's probably the one that, yeah, she would be the kind of person that gets her homework copied from.
They want to do. After May 5th, I want to focus a lot. I want to try and focus a little bit more on my solo stuff. I would like to play the new DLC for Crusader Kings. I'd like to finish Subnautica. I'd like to get a lot of my subathon goals going, offline projects, and maybe getting a podcast going, things like that. Okay, there is something I would like to read very quickly that Giga wrote in her Discord that I think is important. Not sure what Matara and other members will say until they post thoughts or talk about it on stream, but keep in mind that we are under strict NDAs and contracts. Much of these situations are things we simply cannot talk about legally. Do your best to not stress people out by asking them questions they cannot answer. Just let them speak as they can. Thank you. This doesn't affect the WME stuff. So I'm actually not sure what I can say here, but
this is like the other talent agency she's in for like her for, is it for her IRL stuff, or is it just like her, she's like in a celebrity actor agency or some shit. I don't know if it's as Matara or as her IRL persona though.
Very careful. WME is continuing their relationship with me independent of my relationship with Vshojo.
A lot of Vshojo is in it. So yeah, so there's a talent. I mean, she officially announced it. Yeah, I guess it's fine to click on it then. Okay, fine, I'll click on it. Oh my god, there's really popular people in that agency. What the fuck? Okay. Okay, it's a big agency. They have Angelina Jolie in this, and freaking Eva Longoria, and I don't know what this is. Something Gyllenhaal? Who is that guy? Wait, I'm going back to the announcement.
What I could say. Am I leaving because Gunrun couldn't find me a husband fast enough? He was tired of hiding the dead bodies. Exactly. He was tired of hiding all the bones. So if you would like to get any Momo merch, it is staying until May 5th. We're gonna be okay. I have honestly bounced back from worse setbacks in my life. I'm really gonna do my best to try and keep the energy very positive because I'm still gonna collab with members. I'm still gonna hang out with them. I'm still gonna talk with them. I'm gonna be seeing Amelie in like July. Probably gonna see Giga sometime this summer. Like, it's not a big deal. I'm still pals with a lot of the talent. I'm still, and okay, well, let me just explain this because I said a lot of the talent. I don't want people to speculate, be like, are you not friends with all of the talent? No, some of us are a lot of years apart. Some of us have different lifestyles. Naturally, in any group with 16 people, you are going to be a little bit closer friends with some and a little bit more coworker with others. There's nothing weird there. It's not weird to be like, oh, I'm, you know, just want to clarify that just in case, so nobody takes that and goes like, oh, so there are people that she's not friends with. No, not like that. It's sorry. I just want to make sure that now that there's a lot of eyes on me, that things don't really get taken out of context. Am I still going to be the Vshojo Minecraft server after? Not right away. Like, you know, previously, right, when somebody was like, and they didn't do anything wrong, by the way, but somebody was like, are you going to talk about the drama? And I was like, wait, just to be clear, what's happening here is not drama, right? Like, this is just, it's normal. It happens. It's not. So I just want to be very, very clear to not, and that's kind of what I'm worried about, is I don't want to accidentally say something or missay something that will hurt my friends.
I feel like this is kind of sad because it just looks like, I feel like she learned that from her Nijisanji days. She said before that like she really learned to keep her mouth shut because sometimes like anything you say will be picked apart and sometimes used to maybe blame other people that are not necessarily to blame in this situation.
Anything like that. But at the same time, I understand that you guys have questions, which is why, you know, I just want to say that unfortunately you kind of can't know everything and it's a lot less dramatic than it sounds. Like I said, I am aware that people will be upset. People will always be upset at everything. It's the internet. I said my piece. I said my piece on why it was important for me to have the wording that my tweet had. I'm going to reiterate again. It is because I believe that if later people started speculating and whispering in the industry, it would have come out that I've been let go and then it would have looked worse, right? It's like, oh, what did she do? So I'd much rather just go out with it now and be like, yeah, it is what it is. Read my tweet. I have nothing to hide.
Okay, so she did use the words let go. So she was let go. We don't really know why. She says she's sad about it, but it's not that serious. Whatever that means.
It's because of NDA. I have nothing to hide except for the law. So yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say what this is exactly about. This is the well, not really the announcement, but she is part of WME William Morris Endeavor Agency, the talent agency. So she announced it herself. It's official. She's been admitted there since October 2024, and she's apparently the first VTuber in WME. Yeah. Oh, she states, I don't think I did anything wrong, so I'm assuming it's something in contract that maybe misunderstood. Maybe. Also, I don't think most are with WME. I think Mouse and Zen are UTA. And Henny, I guess, since someone else beat me to it. Oh, okay, that's good. I believe the merch rat. Yeah, the merch rat seems to make sense. I feel bad because she said not to speculate and we're speculating. Sorry, Matara. Love you, but. So yeah, I remember that Vshojo was struggling with merch production and like rollout. And Matara was pushing them and was kind of the reason they improved on that, bringing in Bicky and, you know, starting a business with Bricky on her own. So he's been doing a lot of her merch, but it seems like Vshojo does not take a cut from streaming revenue, but they take it from merch. So obviously midway through midway through all of this, the contract needed to change or be adjusted according to that. And somewhere along this line, things might not have aligned for both parties. Maybe it's like that Vshojo needed to take a cut from the merch deals with Matara, but Matara's like, well, I'm doing most of the merch, so I don't feel like you're entitled to my work, and then maybe that's where the disagreement happened. Or maybe Vshojo was like, I understand, but we can't operate like that. I don't know. It could be multiple things. You know, it doesn't have to be dramatic. It's just that they're like, well, shit, our business model just doesn't work with those conditions. Her words made me think they couldn't renegotiate their contract. She was, quote unquote, let go when they couldn't get their contracts back in order. Maybe let go is just because they couldn't renew the contract. There was a tweet from March 6th hinting something would happen. Yeah, something like, I can't talk about it right now, but she didn't say something will happen, but I remember it was like, it kind of meant that. The way it's worded implies involuntary termination rather than mutually deciding to part ways, so probably not a contract issue. This seems punitive. It was differently worded than the Vebe and Silvervale announcement, I agree, but it's not enough evidence to base my entire speculation on it yet. I don't really have enough evidence for any to make a really firm point here. So we just have like a few theories. I mean, yours is valid, Rico. I think the merch one is valid too.